Let's bring you an update on this story now. Residents of 3 metros in Gauteng need to brace themselves for a shortage of water from Thursday. This comes as Rand Water is doing infrastructure maintenance. The work is expected to run for 4 days until June the 2nd and will affect Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni and Tshwane. Ziniko Mhlaba attended today's briefing and he joins us now. Ziniko, good evening to you and thanks for making time. Yes. What explanation has been given for this long maintenance that people are already very anxious about?
I mean, so according to Rand Water leadership, they are saying that, well, every year it is important for them as the bulk water utility to ensure that they run major maintenance project within their water systems across the province, and that is Gauteng, including the metros, but also they also mentioned that during the press briefing that also the small municipalities will also be affected. So according to them, the larger part of Gauteng is going to be affected, but also beyond the borders of Gauteng. And I'm talking about municipalities in the northern Free State, municipalities in the western part of Mpumalanga, but also towards the Rustenburg area in the northwest province. So those are the provinces, those are the regions that are going to be affected. They're saying that, remember, we are heading towards the festive season now, so they need to make sure that they use this winter period to ensure that they do the necessary work within the water infrastructure so that by the time the country hits September towards the festive season, there won't be any water disturbances. So we spoke to one of the leaders of the entity, the COO, who gave us more details in terms of why it's happening and how it's going to go about. So let's take a listen to this conversation we had with the COO of Rand Water.
The impacted areas for this work, extremely important. It's going to be the city of Ekurhuleni, the city of Tshwane, and our municipalities in Mpumalanga, Govenberg, Victor Khanye, and Tembisilehani. We also have smaller direct customers along the system. Obviously, they will be impacted. Ladies and gentlemen, during this 107 hours, we will be switching off pumping of our Mapleton station completely. There will be no pumping from that system when we do this work. Just to indicate quickly that in the city of Tshwane, we've got 2 separate systems that are supplying city of Tshwane. We've got Mapleton, we also have the Palmit. Palmit supplies more to the west of Tshwane, your Outrageville, your Soshanguve, your Mabopane. Those areas will not be impacted by line number 1.
So that's Rand Water, the bulk water supplier. Yeah. Then come the municipalities, and I'm bringing them deliberately because we are told by the bulk supplier that municipalities then have to, or come into the picture as far as reticulation is concerned. Yes. And so that means taking water into people's homes. But that is where some of the major issues are, Ziniko. Time and again, you are seeing sewers that have burst and you have literally feces running on the streets. And I apologize if our viewers are watching at a time like this, but it is a frustrating issue. So there is feces running on the streets. There are also, there's clean running water that is not being repaired. And so that water going to waste as well. Are municipalities accounting for their part of what they need to do here?
So Rand Water did mention the fact that, well, as far as they are concerned, they've engaged the municipalities, especially the metros in Gauteng, in terms of the importance of this work. But also they emphasize the fact that at some point municipalities will have to take up responsibility and ensure that they account for every drop of the water that is going to be released back to the system once this maintenance program or project is completed. Another issue that was raised was the fact that we're talking about 4 days here. What is going to be happening to those residents in vulnerable communities such as Soweto, Diepsloot, who might not have the means to go and stock up water for the duration of this particular watershed outages. So Rainwater said it is not their responsibility to provide communities with water tankers, but they have communicated, emphasized the importance of municipalities ensuring that water tankers are deployed to these communities on time, and there's a greater communication, because they're saying that many customers are complaining about not having the necessary information in terms of when will water be coming back, but also what needs to be done, at what times will those water tankers be available on. So they're saying that they've done their part. However, they're in constant communication with the municipalities. However, we'll have to see during these 4 days whether the municipalities are able to keep up their end of this particular project in terms of their own responsibilities as mandated by governance systems.
Ziniko Mhlaba, thank you very much, and I'm sure it is going to be a busy few days for us as media as we monitor the work that is being done. But that is the warning from the people that give us water, that there is going to be this 4-day interruption, and hopefully the contingency measures are going to be sufficient